everyone, and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as we possibly can. Now, the challenge is a personal challenge, so whether you are drawing heads, torsos, full body, drawing with crayons, pencils, markers, digital tools, it does not matter as long as you are pushing yourself to get to the next level in your artistic journey. Now, the one thing that we do together is that we draw the same character. And today's character is going to be Iron Man. And you know what? Oops, I might actually draw a couple Iron Men because there's so many cool suits. So yeah, I might be drawing Iron Man a couple times here, maybe two more videos on Iron Man for some suits that I thought are cool. But we're gonna be drawing Iron Man. You can pick from the suit. If you want to draw the one I have, I've put the picture up on this video. But if you do not know how to draw Iron Man, that is perfectly fine. You can go ahead and hit the pause button on this video, go grab your materials and your reference, and when you are ready, just come on back and then we will get started. All right, welcome back. We are gonna go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock and we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Iron Man. I haven't really drawn a lot of Iron Man, to be honest. He's not... I know that a lot of people love Iron Man, but he's not really a character that I gravitate to, so I don't normally draw him very much. So, I have to say that can't really say that I've ever really picked up an Iron Man comic. Really got to know him in the movies, right? Because he was very, very prominent in the movies. But in all honesty, don't really know a lot about him. I like what they were doing when they introduced Ironheart, though. I thought that was kind of cool. Right, because it just seemed cool to have a new version of Iron Man, you know? We could always use a new version of character sometimes, I think. So, like this. Yeah, we'll definitely do it like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna pop this out just ever so slightly, bring his head up. Once again, right, not necessarily knowing. I was like, I don't really know this character, but I mean, I know enough about Iron Man. I actually will pop that out a little bit, maybe. Maybe not. Let's bring it all straight. It's like, maybe not. Nope, that needs to round itself up. So, alright, so we will adjust as we go along. One of the hardest things, right? And I've said this time and time again, is making sure that you know your character, because if you don't, right, it makes it so much harder to draw. And so, you know, if you are looking for things that you could draw that would be easier, right, like I think that's nothing wrong with that, right? I know that there are some people who are like, oh, you know, I don't draw this or I don't draw that. And that's perfectly fine. The challenge is definitely to draw stuff that you don't normally draw, because that's how you'll get better, right? Plain and simple, that's just how you're gonna get better. But you know, sometimes it's like, I just need a win, right? And so you're just looking to try and be able to hone that skill, or you know, just you're like, oh, I want to be able to make it in this time limit. 1, 2. So you know, sometimes like I said, sometimes you just want to be able to get that win, right? You just want to get that W, and you're like, I was able to do it in 10 minutes. 'Cause sometimes that's more important, right? And working the actual skill more so than trying to, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Like, it's sometimes you just need to, right? You're like, I just need to finish this. I just really just want to finish what's happening here, and I want it to look good or halfway good, just so that you can say that you were able to accomplish that. And sometimes you need that, and the best way to do that is to make sure that you have a character that you already know how to draw, and that it's not going to cause, you know, that much stress when you're working on it, right? So if you're like, oh no, I know exactly how to go about doing this. This is my favorite character, right? Then you don't normally have that much to worry about, which I think does help. Probably, like, because right now I am so far behind where I should be with Ironman, mostly because I don't know how to draw Ironman, and I'm just trying right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out and using my reference, trying to make sure that it still looks somewhat cool when it's done and over with. Because, like I said, it's tough. So, I don't know. First things first, we're gonna do that, because that was driving me crazy. But right now, the whole point is going to be to try and get as far as I possibly can with being so far behind, because I was definitely struggling. So, and like I said, I want to tell everyone, if you haven't been here before and you're seeing the video for the first time, you will see, if you look back on a couple of my videos, you will see there are times when I don't make it, right? Like I don't finish in 10 minutes, right? And it unapologetically say, like, look, it happens sometimes, right? You have something set, and then you're like, oh, that didn't work. And as I said at the very beginning of this video, it's all about, getting you to the next level in your artistic journey. And sometimes that, you will not make it as far as the goal that you've set out, but you definitely want to keep going, keep trying, right? Because hopefully you learn in the process, right? Like, one of the things that I've learned by doing these is that fill in the blank, right? You should fill it in as you go, because if you don't, like, you might get it all colored up and you're like, oh, right, look, I'm almost done. And then, you get to the end, you're like, oh no, I still need to do, it's like, I still need to do the blacks. Oh no. And it's not pretty then, because you were so close and then you still got nothing. You're like, no. That has happened to me more than I'd like to admit. And so now I don't leave the blacks. I'd rather not finish, right, and get so far than get further and have color on here, and then it'd be like, oh well, you didn't finish because these blacks are still undone. And no matter how fast one works or how fast one thinks they work, you know, there's always going to be a time where you don't get to where you want. And it's just, like I said, one of those ones you got to roll with the punches. Just be like, all right, well, that didn't work. What's next? Right? You just, like I said, just gotta roll with the punches. Because I know, and I can see that I'm not going to finish because I'm running out of time. But it's still going, right? Still gonna keep trying, get as far as we possibly can. Yep. See? Yeah, so there you go, right? Didn't finish. And it happens. It happens, especially when you get to more, I would say, complicated characters. If you start doing stuff with armor and stuff like that, it's going to be more complicated. And especially if you don't know it. If you don't know the character, it's going to be more complicated. So, like I said, you know, you just got to keep practicing, keep at it, and then maybe that's your challenge. Like, okay, I struggled with like robots and armor and stuff like that. All right, well, maybe we start doing nothing but characters of where that would happen. So, whatever the case may be, whether you made it, whether you finished in 10 minutes or whether you didn't finish in 10 minutes, the fact that you are trying, that's what matters, okay? And if you are participating in these challenges, I would love to see what you're doing. So please head on over to my Discord channel. The link is in the description below, and just let us see what you're doing, okay? We would love to see that. But if you'd rather stay on YouTube, that's perfectly fine. But please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified every single time that I drop new content. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you at the next episode.